So the next topic we are facing social issues is global issues. There are 8 global issues. Today people are starting to become active participants in the fight against global issues, and as a result progress is being made. However, there are still individuals unaware of pressing issues around them. One way of bringing these people up to date would be through the use of essay or research. Number one, water contamination and shortage. 2.1 billion people in countries undergoing urbanization have inaccessibility to clean drinking water as a result of population poverty and poor management of resources. Water resources are depleted by agriculture, industry, and energy production. To put into the perspective, agriculture accounts for 70% of the reduction of water around the world, with 75% of given countries. Water used for this purpose is depleted by contamination. Fortunately, there has been a recent increase in effort to combat contamination and reduce the rate of water depletion. The relationship between education and child labor. Despite a surge Despite a surge in funding for some countries and increasing attention through social media, education continues to be luxury around the globe. Reasons include gender preference and poverty and child labor. The use of children in country. According to UNICEF, 150 million children participate in laborious activities. Dangers to the health, as one can imagine this work hinder a child's ability to fully invest in education. Therefore, it's most challenging to bring education to sub-Saharan Africa, where the rates of children enrolled in primary education continues to stagger. In addition, fewer students successfully completed secondary edu- second, secondary education here. Number third, violence. Violence is a global issue that exists in all shapes and sizes. Violence can be done towards a participant group like women or LGBTQ member, or it is an act that can be result of a mentally disturbed mind. There is also violence in response to economic stress. All these varying forms of violence lead to attention on the safety and prevention of such acts. However, there isn't much concentration on how an everyday person can help. In discussion about violence, the biggest question to answer are: how is violence used, how it is achieved or assessed, does the media have a role, how much its foundation for a particular act of violence is personal, what is the overall goal. Number 4, poverty. In 2015, the international poverty line was set to $1.90. This number means that a person is living in extremely poverty if they below this line. According to the set line, more than 1.3 billion people are living in this extreme worldwide. This fact suggests that 1.3 million people have difficulty obtaining food and shelter, regardless of the availability of homeless shelter and organization. Current question or topic to explore in your essay or research would be the cause of variation of wages on the international level, and the nature and initiatives that can be taken to solve this global issue at large. Number 5, inequality. On a global scale, the focus on inequality tend to be in terms of the distribution of wealth. According to a global wealth report, 44% of global net worth is held by only 0.7% of adults. This suggests that there is a significant division between economic classes around the world. Recently, research has shown the effect that this economic divide has on communities, particularly in health, social relationship development, and stability. For example, in a society where there is a large gap between the rich and poor, life expectancy tend to be shorter, mental illness and obesity rates are 2 to 4 times higher. In terms of social relationship, inequality on a large level introduce more violence and crime. Number 6. Terrorism. Terrorism, like the bombing incident of the last few years, continue to claim the lives of the innocent. It is a threat to the peace, security, and stability of the world. So, terrorism prevention methods have been implemented to illustrate what is wrong and what could be done to uphold justice. However, the basis of the threats, mindset, and the successor failures of the response efforts still need to be evaluated. Number 7. Child marriages. Child marriages are defined as the union between one or two individuals under the age of 18. One is 5 girls are married before the age of 18, and the child marriage prevent children from becoming educated, uh, can lead to severe health consequences and increased risk of violence. Legislation and programs were established in order to educate and employ children in these situations, as children do not have enough awareness or individual involvement or emphasis on the common cause for these marriages. Number 8. Food. Food poverty, economic inequality, and water contamination means inability to reduce sufficient amount of food to sustain a population. This can in turn lead to poorer health and decreased energy to carry out a physical and mental function, lead to more poverty